going on, guys? Welcome back to a very special episode of ezBUCKETz. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're having a magnificent day so far. In today's video, I got something that I guarantee you guys are gonna love, especially if you're a Los Angeles Lakers fan. The NBA trade deadline is officially over, and I'm gonna be honest, as a Lakers fan, I'm kind of disappointed. The Lakers made no blockbuster trades. A lot of us are now wondering, what do the Lakers plan on doing? What is the next step? And that's why I'm making this video, talking about the course of action the Lakers right now are planning on doing. So if you're a big Lakers fan and you want to know more, you're gonna love this video. But quickly before I get out of the video, I just want to say, if you're new to the channel and you love basketball, welcome to ezBUCKETz. My name is Soom, and I make basketball videos every single day. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications to not miss any of my upcoming videos. If you watched this video and you loved it, be sure to smash that thumbs up button. I would really appreciate it. It would help out the channel a lot. But without wasting any more time, let's talk about the Lakers. Leading into the NBA trade deadline, there were so many expectations for the Lakers. When it comes to them improving their roster, a lot of Laker fans wanted a front court player, a lot of Laker fans wanted a specific player. But literally as the NBA trade deadline was happening, the Lakers made zero moves. It's just crazy for us to understand this because during this season, Rob Pelinka, the general manager of the Lakers, has stated the Lakers are going to be very aggressive. They're going to take this NBA trade deadline very seriously. And after nothing happened, a lot of you guys are saying that you're disappointed and you're upset. But that's why I'm making this video today, telling you guys the Lakers' plan is not over. They're still trying to work something out right now. The biggest rumor during the NBA trade deadline was the Lakers going for Kyle Lowry of the Raptors, and as the NBA trade deadline was almost ending, we all believed that somehow, some way, we were going to get an update that Lowry has been traded to the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers this year are in full and hot pursuit to defend their NBA championship, and with Kyle Lowry still kind of being in his prime, has a lot to offer, especially as a veteran, especially as an NBA championship experienced player. Kyle Lowry would give the Lakers a big boost when it comes to scoring, playmaking, being a leader, and especially on the defensive end. Kyle Lowry is known for his grit and grind personality, his hustle plays, and going to the Lakers, it'll definitely make one of the best defensive teams in the NBA better. But of course, the reason why the trade ultimately didn't go down was apparently because the Lakers didn't want to trade Talen Horton-Tucker, THT. This is what ultimately it came down to. From what we're hearing, the Lakers offered up KCP, Dennis Schroeder, a draft pick, and then the Raptors, all they asked for was THT, and the Lakers said, nope, we're not giving up THT. You can have Caruso, you can have Markieff Morris, you can have Marc Gasol, but we are not giving up THT. And then of course the Raptors said, nope, I'm not trading Kyle Lowry then. Kyle Lowry did state that he doesn't mind staying on the Raptors, helping them compete for a playoff spot this year. So that's why on the Raptors' perspective, they didn't have to trade Lowry. If they were going to trade Lowry, the Lakers would have to give up something, and in this case, THT would have been the answer. A lot of Laker fans out there believe THT have a bright future. I genuinely believe that. But honestly, I kind of question the Lakers' decision to keep THT because this year they want to win the championship. Lowry is definitely better. But you know what? I trust Rob Pelinka and LeBron. They definitely have a strategic plan in mind. We just got a crazy report involving LeBron that he'll be out 4 to 6 weeks. That is when he'll return from his high ankle sprain injury. And within this timeline, I genuinely believe the Lakers have to still be competitive, get a better roster to simply make a good playoff spot. Because the NBA trade deadline is over, it means one thing: the Lakers can no longer trade. Everything they do has to be either signing a free agent or targeting a player in the buyout market, which is what this video is going to be about. Targeting two players right now that are heavily being linked to the Lakers via the buyout. We just got some news this morning that the Lakers are reportedly getting meetings with Drummond and LaMarcus Aldridge. Both of these players have opted out of their teams, they've been bought out, and within the next few days, they're going to be wearing a new jersey. With the Lakers recently not making any trades, I genuinely believe signing at least one of these players will be very important, and I'm going to go in depth of why. The first player I want to talk about is Andre Drummond, and I genuinely believe he must be the Lakers' top priority. The Lakers right now are focusing on him. So far this season, I'm gonna be honest, Andre Drummond, when he's healthy and active, he's put up some great numbers. He averaged about 17.5 points per game, 13.5 rebounds, 2.6 assists, 1.6 steals, and 1.2 blocks. And I genuinely question why the Cavaliers decided to buy him out. Maybe building a future on him and Jared Allen both, it wouldn't be a bad idea. But of course, the Cavaliers ultimately chose Jared Allen. Andre Drummond has not played an NBA game since early February. And right now, I believe he's just itching to play a basketball game. It was official today that Andre Drummond has been bought up by the Cavaliers, and there are news that he's gonna meet with a couple of teams before making his ultimate decision. This is the report. Andre Drummond will listen to pitches from the New York Knicks, Los Angeles Lakers, Los Angeles Clippers, the Boston Celtics, and the Charlotte Hornets. These are the 5 teams right now that are heavily being linked to Andre Drummond. After reading this tweet, I'm kinda happy that the Brooklyn Nets are not in this conversation. We all know they just got Blake Griffin, and I genuinely believe them getting Andre Drummond would simply be an overkill. And out of all the teams right here that he is the most interested in, he is claiming the Lakers and the New York Knicks have become his top priority. I genuinely believe that within the next few days, while Andre Drummond is meeting with the Lakers have to do whatever they gotta do to pitch to him why he belongs on the Lakers. From what we are hearing, Andre Drummond wants to go to a team where he'll be the starting center, not play minimal role. He'll take a minimum veteran contract, but he wants to be a starter. Because playing this year for a rest of the year contract, he's going to be a free agent this offseason. He wants to sign a contract somewhere else, which means playing 1 year for a championship, it's going to put him in the spotlight so other NBA teams can see his value and how he wants to prove he's still worth it in the NBA of getting paid. We all know the Lakers are not happy with Marc Gasol. This is the biggest conversation. The Lakers want a new starting center, which is why Andre Drummond to the Lakers makes sense. He'll start at the center position, and then when everybody comes back, LeBron small forward, Anthony Davis power forward, this front court will be disgusting. I honestly believe the Lakers have an edge in this conversation and in this race because when talking about the Knicks, they already have their starting centers of Mitchell Robinson, they have Nerlens Noel, of course Julius Randle plays the 5 a lot. So if I'm gonna give a percentage of Andre Drummond choosing the Lakers, it's over 50%. A big reason why the Lakers were so successful last year of winning the NBA championship was because of their interior presence. They had Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee, and this year, with them not having both, I believe Andre Drummond as the starting center and then Montrezl off the bench would simply be perfect. Next up, we're going to be talking about LaMarcus Aldridge, and I believe Aldridge is a great second option ultimately if Andre Drummond chooses a different team, and in my opinion, Aldridge wouldn't be a bad idea as well. LaMarcus Aldridge got bought out yesterday by the Spurs officially, and within the next few days, Aldridge is going to pick a championship contender that he believes he'll gain the most profit from. This is the big report right now. Yahoo sources LaMarcus Aldridge will have conversations with the Miami Heat, the Lakers, the Los Angeles Clippers, the Brooklyn Nets before deciding on his next destination. These are the teams right now that are heavily being linked to LaMarcus Aldridge, as these 4 teams are simply the NBA championship favorites. With LaMarcus Aldridge being 35 years old, I believe he's not a starting caliber player anymore, but would simply be a highly effective big off the bench, and he'll be a great asset on all of these teams that were just mentioned. From what we're hearing, LaMarcus Aldridge is being heavily linked to the Miami Heat. Right now, the Miami Heat traded away all their bigs of Kelly Olynyk, Myers Leonard, and that's why LaMarcus Aldridge is heavily being linked as their backup center behind Bam Adebayo to simply bring a veteran offensive presence. LaMarcus Aldridge in his career has proven to be a pretty good rim protector. He averaged about 1.5 last season, and I believe him signing a veteran's minimum contract, it's a bang for the buck for any NBA team that chooses him. On the Lakers' perspective, I only believe they should get LaMarcus Aldridge. Ultimately, if Andre Drummond does not sign, getting Andre Drummond is their top priority. A fun fact to know right now is that the Lakers have not re-signed Damian Jones, which means they have 2 available roster spots. There are some rumors the Lakers want both of those players on their veterans minimum contract. In my opinion, it's not impossible. It could happen, and I wouldn't be surprised if ultimately it does. If this happens, the Lakers would have an ultimate front court of Andre Drummond, Anthony Davis, Montrezl Harrell, LaMarcus Aldridge, and of course Marc Gasol as their 5th center. I believe this is the best case scenario for the Los Angeles Lakers. So ultimately guys, this wraps up my video for today, talking about the Lakers and their next step when it comes to the buyout market. I believe they should get Andre Drummond and LaMarcus Aldridge as a secondary option. What's most important to me is one of your thoughts. Do you believe Andre Drummond will be on the Lakers very soon, or do you believe LaMarcus Aldridge will? Let me know what you're thinking down in the comment section down below. But other than that, take it easy, God bless, and I'll see you all next time on Easy Buckets. Woo!